Alright guys, Gemini back with another video, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It has been an extremely busy Thursday for me. Let's see, what do I got going on? I went and I did my health screening for my work. Cholesterol's good, blood pressure's good. All my healthy shit is much better than last year, so that's a good thing. And I lost 15 pounds over last year. Last year I went into my health screening at 205. This year I went in at 187, which is awesome. And a lot of that is not eating fast food no more, simply because I can't afford it. Okay, what we're going to do in this video today is I'm going to tell you guys about my deepest, darkest moment here on YouTube in the 10 years I've been here. And there's been a lot of them, but there was an incident in 2009, before a lot of you guys were even on YouTube, that happened to me where YouTube crossed into my real life, into my work, and into some real personal shit. I'm not going to drop the guy's name because I think you guys know who he is. I've told this story a million times. There's no reason to drop his name and get a bunch of hate on him because me and him have settled our differences. The guy who did this, we're good now. We have a lot of respect for each other. Back then, it was a no holds barred war between myself and this gentleman. If you know his name, you can put it in the comments, but there's no reason to drag his name through the mud. Anyways, this particular individual was my #1 hater on YouTube, and he hooked up with a bunch of guys who were from the UK who just hated the Gemini 686 channel with a passion. Just hated me beyond all recognition. I don't know why, but back then I can kind of see it. My channel was crazy. It was all about these crazy stunts. It was all about doing all this crazy stuff, whether it was smashing beer cans on my head or burping contest or just coming on with seeing a trolling video. I mean, at the time, the channel was legit on fire. It was probably one of the hottest channels on YouTube when I was acting like this real crazy son of a bitch to get my channel over. I don't do that anymore. But back then in 2008, 2009, to get my name out there, I was willing to sell my own mother out at the time. And I would. If you ask me now if I would do it, I'd say, hell no. I wouldn't sell my dignity for YouTube fame. Some guys do. I wouldn't. Back then, sure, I'd kick my dad in the balls if I had to for a YouTube view back then. But yeah, so this gentleman, and he hooked up with a bunch of guys from the UK. And back then, everyone used to talk in Skype calls in the daytime. And they had gotten the information of where my job is. Bad mistake, because I had revealed my where I work in a blog talk hangout the night before, not even thinking twice about it. But yeah, I told all these guys in a blog talk where I worked, and one of them overheard it, and they knew where I was, and they knew now where I worked. So they started calling all the local places in town where I worked, and they eventually tracked me down and where I worked. And I was in the middle of my work day, and they called, and they called, and they called, and they were pranking me all day at my work, asking me about Ric Flair DVDs and all this stuff. And I was on vacation at the time. When one of the times that they called, they had been calling 20, 30 times a day, calling my work, asking for me, wanting to hear about Ric Flair DVDs. And one of them actually got a hold of my boss at work and recommended that I get fired. Yeah, guys, this is legit. This is 2009. This is when the YWC was a war zone. You think it's bad now? It ain't nothing like 2009. But yeah, they called up and they recommended me getting fired. They called up my boss and they recommended that I go outside and pick up dirt in the parking lot. I mean, they would do whatever. One of these audio calls was recorded to YouTube at the time. It's since been deleted. I know every single one of the people that was involved in this. This is a long time ago, but this is where shit just crossed the line on YouTube, is when they call you work and recommend that you're getting fired, because I'm a grown-ass man. You know, I mean, I'm trying to feed people. I'm trying to pay my bills. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to survive. But lesson learned on that, never tell anyone on YouTube where the hell you're working, because you never know who's listening. But yeah, they found out. They pranked the shit out of me. And it was the first time in my life that YouTube had crossed into my personal life. I know years ago Peter Gilmore and Lonnie Hernandez had a thing where Lonnie Hernandez came to his work or some shit, but I'm so super careful now about that stuff. Um, you count your friends on one hand, people you legit trust. I mean, that's pretty easy for me. You got Luke, you got Miguel, you got Stevie, you got the Wiz, and a few other guys, you know, that you can trust with your personal information. But past that, you better keep your personal information to yourself. You know, Morgan, you know, I mean, there's a few guys, but, you know, I mean, for me, Stevie, Miguel, Luke, Wiz, they know everything about me, but it's a little bit different. Miguel, you know, they have my heart, you know, and it's just don't cross that line. And yeah, I crossed it, and man, did I pay a heavy price for it. Anyways, that was my deepest, darkest moment on YouTube. Channel's really, really down right now, but I'm gonna do my best to get this son of a bitch back up and get this son of a bitch channel back to where it fucking was. This channel's lost over 50,000 views per month. It's lost 85, 90 subscribers a month, but you know, we're gonna get it back, and I'm determined to do it, and I need you guys' help to do that. So let's support the Gemini 888 channel. Been here a long time. I'm with you guys. I love you guys, and thank you very much for listening. I'm Gemini. Thank you.